According to McKinsey, AI, artificial intelligence, is the ability of a machine to perform cognitive functions which we normally associate with human minds, such as perceiving, reasoning, learning, interacting with the environment, problem solving, and even showing creativity. So, AI is about machines that display human like skills. There are also two types of AI that we can look at. The first is general AI, and this is typically what you see in movies. It's around a complete system that is indistinguishable from a human. It knows things, it can learn anything that humans can learn, it has emotions, and may even have a purpose in life. At the moment, this is difficult to achieve and can still be in the realms of science fiction. On the other hand, we have narrow AI, and this is less ambitious, but it is much more achievable. It is when a system exhibits human-like intelligence traits, but on a much more specific field or task. For example, IBM's Watson artificial intelligence has been trained to detect cancer, but it's probably not able to write the next smash hit pop song just yet. There are three elements that we also need to consider when we're looking at AI and how to contribute towards using it in your organization. AI requires, first of all, a huge amount of computing power to operate. Second of all, it also requires very well developed learning algorithms. And finally, how else does it learn? Well, it needs training data to be input so it can process them through those learning algorithms and start to understand for itself. How does it go through this process? Well, it can use machine learning, and you may have heard of that. According to Gartner, machine learning is around learning algorithms that are comprised of many different technologies such as deep learning, neural networks, and even natural language processing. These can be used in unsupervised and supervised learning that operate by guided lessons from existing information. It's around that training data we spoke of a couple of moments ago. So what are some of the benefits around machine learning? What's the power of it? What can ML do? Well, it can be descriptive, predictive, and prescriptive. What does that mean? Predictive means that machine learning and artificial intelligence can actually describe what has happened. It can perform analysis on past events and help us to understand why something had happened. The next one then is it can be predictive. It can help us to determine what is most likely to happen next, and this is based on probabilities. The next element then is it is prescriptive. AI can actually make recommendations on what you or your organization should do next in order to help you achieve your goals. So as I mentioned, machine learning can be descriptive, predictive, and even prescriptive. But how does this work in your organization? What are the applications of AI to business? Well, as you could probably see, it provides deep analysis for various different parts of your organization. Various different teams and departments can use AI to analyze what's been happening and what's likely to happen next. It can also assist in the automation of certain systems, processes, or even machinery, such as in your supply chain or even fraud detection in financial services. AI can even be used to identify defective products on your production line using images of defective products and fully accurate, correct products that don't have defects. And finally, AI can be used to improve your services. We've seen examples from the likes of Netflix who use artificial intelligence to power their recommendation engines. We can also see other organizations use AI and machine learning in order to improve interactions between their customers and chatbots that are used to engage with those customers. So with all of these applications and benefits, there are also challenges to actually getting up and running with your artificial intelligence for your organizations. Well, first of all, humans can still find it difficult to understand how an AI actually makes the decisions that it makes. Because AI takes in so many variables and so many factors in order to predict future situations that humans just might not be able to foresee based on the limitations of our own human minds. Additionally, there can be many ethical or legal implications with AI. Can you imagine if you have a self-driving car that sacrifices the life of the driver in order to save the life of 5 pedestrians? Finally, we can also see that there are challenges around the training of AI. So training of AI is key, but research shows us that there has been issues around developers or even the training data unknowingly training bias into artificial intelligence. If you want to know more about emerging technology or digital transformation, feel free to contact me. And remember, digital transformation is about more than technology. It is about leaders with the foresight to see change and the courage to reinvent their organization before others force them to.